Hello, and welcome to this Pick a Healing Space reading. In a moment, I will play you some video clips of 4 different healing spaces, and I'd like you to take a moment to fully absorb yourself in the scenes and their music and feel out which one really resonates with you the most, because each of the scenes and the music have different intuitive meanings, which I'll divulge to you after you've chosen and before I do the tarot reading for each space. So once you've experienced them all and chosen one, use the timestamps in the comments section below this video to skip to your chosen space. I hope you find these readings inspiring and insightful. Feel free to comment, like, and share with others who might also need some guidance. Many blessings for your year and enjoy. So, you've chose the fantasy escape healing space, and that being the case, I feel that to heal and really enjoy this year, you need some indulgence, a bit of romance, deeper connections with relationships of all kinds, including and primarily with yourself, as the title to this piece of music is called The Abyss of Me. So to me, that's representative of like a deep dive into your creative psyche and kind of bringing the fantasy to life, as it were. Things to be aware of might be attracting drama to remedy boredom, work instead on innovation, do the unexpected with friends and family, keep it interesting. Shallow people and conversations are really going to try you this year, I think. So maybe take some time to show some real interest and explore beneath the surface of things, and that's going to be much more satisfying. Now let's have a look at what the cards have to say. Hello everyone, you fantasy escapists you. This is a reading for everyone who chose the fantasy escape healing space. And what I'm doing here is a kind of my project reading. Apply that however you want, whether it's business, personal, professional, whatever, spiritual. But this, I have my enchanted map oracle for the current situation, or the aspiration, the kind of overall vibe. I have my sovereign oracle, this one, to clarify that and anything else that comes out that needs clarifying. I have the wisdom of the Tao for an outcome, and I've got the runes for some additional advice. So I don't know if I've ever done a general like live, as in reading as I go, for y'all before, but what I do when I do these is I only take jumpers, like the cards that jump out. You'll see what I mean. So can I have a card for the fantasy escape healing space, please, for this year? There we go. And the card is, you've got a balancing act happening. And considering the space, actually this is very, like the colors and everything are very similar to that space. They're very muted, aren't they? And so were the colors in the space. But that's very calming. And I'd say the balancing act would be balancing what you're expected to do and what you want to do. And what you want to do is to escape and have some fun and have some romance, that sort of thing. But the thing is this woman, you can see, I mean, she's got this boat on a ring on a wire. And she's balancing it, like making it look easy. And there is little red roses in there. So I think that's a bit of an indication of romance too. So it's kind of like, you know, there's this real balancing act going on, but she's really making it look easy. It's denoting a kind of sense of calmness, like you're calm no matter what is going on in your outer conditions. It's kind of like, yeah, just take your mind to that scene, that beautiful bedroom, you know, ocean breeze, you know, the curtains blowing in the air, the bed sheets billowing, you know, it's a beautiful calming space. And that's kind of like your mind space is at this year. So even if things seem to be topsy-turvy and all over the place, and you've got 1,000 balls in the air, and perhaps you might even be a little bit unsure of your footing, whether you're going to be able to keep it all together, just take a moment to evaluate where you need some balance in your life. And again, choosing harmony over discord is always going to lead to way more success. So always taking a breath if things are chaotic and just going with the flow is probably the very best advice you could have at this time and all the way through the year. And if you stay focused, you'll be able to maintain that level path, so that you're not tripping over, as it were. Let's have a clarifying card for this one. What's some advice? Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Makes perfect sense. We have resilience. And resilience says, connect with purpose to shift feelings of overwhelm. Maintain stamina, pace yourself. Remember to stretch before performing great feats. So important. This is kind of warning against injury. Like, I remember seeing a dancing teacher once. She had some students just walk into a class. She was doing a talk about something, and she got one of them just to display this kind of splits or something like that. But before she'd had any time to warm up or stretch, I'm really surprised the girl didn't hurt herself. But that's what it's kind of talking about. It's like, if you don't warm up with anything, not just with physical exercise, but with anything you plan to do, even if it's speaking mentally, like warm up for it, sort of go through it in your mind first, like have that little workout before you go in and you actually do it. And yeah, like resilience really speaks to that, because I think if you keep it all together, then it's going to be easier for you to get away and do the things you want. If you start losing the plot, things will take you twice as long. So if you really want to get to that pleasurable fantasy, like bring the fantasy into reality there, having a chance to do that and the time to do that, then yeah, you really need to keep you cool and be resilient. Now, this part of the reading is just giving me a bit of a story. Sorry, I forgot to... these cards, what they do. These are my Light Seers Tarot, and what they do is I just let them jump out and they tell me a bit of a story of what's going on. Okay, that ought to do it. So let me see if I can get them back in order. That. Okay, let's have a look at what's the story is. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is all about working really, really well with others. Like everybody bringing their skill to make the magic happen. Now, I don't really read reversals, but at the beginning of the year, you might be just having a little bit of trouble getting this together. Doesn't mean it won't eventuate. But again, it's going to be a bit of a balancing act, I think, to sort of keep the whole team focused. And it doesn't take away from the fact that all your team have the skills to make it happen. Okay, in whatever regard that is. That could be family, that could be work, it could be romantically. We have death and rebirth, but it's upside down, so it could take a little bit longer coming around. But I think that's part of the reason why you want to sort of get away, because and bring the fantasy into reality, because that's the kind of transformation that you want to see happen. You want a bit more excitement, you want a bit more luxury even, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So this is a project that's still in the planning phases. It is upside down, so there could still be a little bit more planning to do yet. Not quite ready to take that staff in her hand and go walk out into the world with it. but she does have the magic to make it happen. She's got 2 wands. She's got one in her hand and she's got one in reserve. One's even bigger than the one in her hand. Hopefully she won't have to use that one. But you know what I mean. It's coming together. Finally, an upright card. We have the Knight of Wands. So I would say, you know, give it a couple of months and it's going to be all guns blazing. This is the Knight of Wands and she is beating her own drum. She has got her stallion there. She's ready to take off into the fair blue horizon. Obviously, the Knight of Wands is much better at wielding wands. So she's finally got it happening, got the magic happening, and she's fired up about it. Now, this is the beginning of something. The Knights are very much about action. They're about learning, about mastering passion in this case. And being that you pick the full fantasy, this could be like a revival of passion in a relationship, could be a new relationship also. Probably it's more passionate than about love. Like it's more about you know, being fired up about something together rather than being all lovey-dovey. You know, it's that kind of energy. Then we have the full transformation. Yes, it's the Tower. So this is like a bolt out of the blue, something that comes in, kind of knocks you on your butt, but sets you off in the right direction. Definitely doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can see this squirrel, you know, his house is on fire. You know, there's butterflies there, that's transformation. But, you know, he's not that particularly concerned about it. It's just like, oh yeah, next thing please. But it is meaning that he'll probably have to move somewhere new. You know, so there's that. Then we have the Queen of Wands, who was upside down. So she's all fire. She's totally got it under control. Upside down, maybe a bit out of control. But as I said, I don't really read reversals. This is about being fired up and bringing it under control. And I think with balancing act, you may feel like it's out of control, as it said, but you have the resources, you have the passion to make or manifest whatever it is that you're looking to manifest at this time. Oh, very good. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, this is a juggling act. This is literally, again, balancing act. But this is kind of, you'll see one of the balls she's got in the air is kind of clear and see-through. It's like the balance between the spiritual life and the physical world. Again, it's also that balance between what you're expected to do and what you want to do. You know, what you need to do to stay alive, and that would set you on fire. But seriously, this girl, she's got her eyes closed. She's really focused. And to me, she could do this with her eyes closed. Absolutely. And she was upright, what's more. So you could be procrastinating here. If that's the case, do some research and make a decision. Okay? That's how we stay resilient and keep moving forward. Here we go. We have the 8 of Pentacles. To me, this is the hard work card, being fully prepped to do it, just sitting down and doing the hard yards and getting it done and being successful, because you can see she's got all the work to one side. She's got all these beautiful bowls and food to the other side. She's got a cup of tea in her hand and she's ready to rock and roll. So at this point, if you've been trying to get something up, 8 of Pentacles means, you know, you're fully funded. It's also, you can see there's a whole moon cycle there. So could be like indicate like a month of really intense hard work a bit later on, but you've got to do the hard yards, right? You don't just get to plan it and then it's there and you get to enjoy it. You actually have to do the work as well. Now, this is the Five of Pentacles, which is a card of lack, of really feeling like you've been left out in the cold, as you can see. But, you know, there's a key over here by the door. If she wanted to let herself in, look up and let herself in. Or, you know, there's probably way better places than to be sitting there, you know. So what this card is usually saying is if there's somewhere you're not wanted, you know, don't hang around. The other thing about this card is don't point out your imperfections to others. They won't notice if you don't point them out, okay? So if you're nervous, don't say so. Just pretend that you're not. And that's really the way to pull it off. Now, fortunately, this card came out this way up, which means you're past all that. I think you've kind of learned that lesson. And so, yeah, you're putting your best foot forward and getting on with it. And this one is the 10 of Wands, which is coming to the end of a long and arduous journey. Now, it was reversed. And I would say that this means you're still on the road. You're kind of setting off on this journey. And that's what I feel like to hear. But by the end, maybe of this year, if that's the period we're looking at, you will have finished up, packed up your bags, and you're ready to move on to something new and exciting. So that's what the story says. Let's just take a look at this. So yes, getting the hard work together and making the magic happen. There's a transformation early in the year, and there's one not too far after it. It's almost like you have the revelation early on, but it's going to take some planning, and then you're going to have to get yourself fired up for the move to actually to do it, whether that move is professional or whether it is you know, like moving residence, moving country. It could just be a shift in your perception, but to me this feels like there's preparation and stuff involved. Then down here we've got, you know, getting it together, making the magic happen. The balancing act is still going on. That's going to be going on all year, but you've got the resources because all you've got to do is sit down and do the hard work, stay out of your head, make sure that you don't point out your faults to others. Just get on with what you have to do, and that is what is going to get you there in the end. Okay, so now let's have a look at an outcome before we go to the rune for additional advice. Okay, can I have a card for the fantasy escape people? Oh yes, very nice. And the outcome is abundance. Nice. We like a bit of abundance, especially when we're going for the full fantasy. You are nurtured, protected, and guided by one of the most powerful deities in Taoism. The time has come to harvest all that you have sown. Continue to follow the path that is yours alone, and you are assured of abundant success. So I think you already know what this is, what your plan is for the year. This is encouragement to keep going. It is going to be fortuitous. Abundance can be more than just money. It could be an abundance of admiration. It could be abundance of recognition. It could be abundance of money, obviously. It could be critical acclaim. But whatever your idea of abundance is. And the one we got, the rune we got, I believe this is warrior. Oh, have a look. It is warrior. Now I always read straight from the runes because just the way they're phrased, it's particular. It talks to one. So here we go. The warrior energy, the god Twi. Actually, I think you say that. The god Twi. To was is the rune. This is the rune of the spiritual warrior. Always the battle of the spiritual warrior is with the self. Funding a will through action, yet unattached to outcomes. Remaining mindful that all you really can do is stay out of your own way and let the will of heaven flow through you. These are the hallmarks of the spiritual warrior. Embodied in this rune is the energy of discrimination, the sword-like quality that enables us to cut away the old and the dead and the extraneous. With Tawaz comes certain knowledge that the universe always has the first move. Patience is the virtue of this rune. Yeah, it sort of says a bit of patience up here. It recalls for us the words of Saint Augustine that the reward of patience is patience. The molding of character is the issue when Tawaz appears in your spread. Here you are asked to look within, to delve down to the foundations of your life itself. Only in doing so can you hope to deal with the deepest needs of your nature and to tap into your most profound resources. Associated with this rune are the sun, masculine energy, and the active principle. The urge towards conquest is prominent here, especially self-conquest, which is a lifelong pursuit and calls for awareness, single-mindedness, and the willingness to undergo your passage without anxiety and in total trust. When Tawaz comes in response to an issue of romantic attachment, it indicates that the relationship is timely. The bond is to a partner with whom you resonate. There is work for you to do together. And actually, even picking the fantasy escape, it kind of does speak to me more of a couple than solo pursuit. So it could be like an escape that you are planning with someone more than, say, the Zen bath, which is more about solo pursuits and solo delving. So this could be something you're undergoing with someone else as well. If the issue relates to your devotion to a cause, an idea, a path of conduct, the warrior rune counsels perseverance, although at times the kind of perseverance called for is patience. What are your priorities? How are you using your energy? Tawaz is a rune of courage and dedication. In ancient times, it was the glyph that warriors painted on their shields before battle. Now, with more refined energies at play, the same symbol strengthens your resolve in the struggle of the self with the self. So, that said about the couple thing, because they're definitely more than any of the healing spaces, this one is the most romantic, at least by my intuitive reckoning. So there could be romance for you this year. There's certainly passion, although I don't see romantic cards in this story. I think this story is mainly about you. The balancing act is about you more than family, I would say. And your own resilience is going to denote how much time you actually get to spend with your partner having the romantic fantasy. So yeah, that's about it. The warrior, I think, is perfect for this balancing act, actually, and having that resilience and the perseverance to push through and to stay on top of your mental attitude so that you can get there. So that's it. That's all I have for this healing space. I hope you found this insightful and helpful, and I hope you have a fabulous year. Thank you so much for your support, and bye for now. So you've chosen the Garden of Pools as your healing space. So to heal and grow this year, you're needing a little bit of peace. You maybe need to commune with nature a little bit this year, stay grounded, and earth yourself. This year will be a year of practical thinking and doing. Consider your vision and plan accordingly. You will find outdoors really inspiring and calming. Things to be aware of this year might be being too mundane and pragmatic. Be in flow like a river, sway like a reed in the breeze, and stay flexible. Allow nature to whisper sweet messages of higher purpose if you're walking or just getting out in nature in general. In company or alone, take time to smell the flowers. The track title of the music is Garden of Eden, which to me speaks of getting back to nature, back to basics. You'll enjoy sort of growing all manner of things and ideas this year. So now let's have a look at what the cards have to say. Hello to those of you that chose the Garden of Ponds for your healing space. I am doing your project reading. Take that however that resonates, whether it's business, whether it's career, whether it's romance, whether it's spirituality, take it how it resonates. I've got the Enchanted Map Oracle for the current situation, overall vibe of the reading. I've got the Sovereign Oracle to clarify that card. I've got my Lightseer's Tarot to shuffle and just let as many cards fall out to just tell me a story of what's going on. Then I have the Wisdom of the Tao for an outcome card, and then we're going to pull a rune to get some additional advice. So let's have a look and see what the cards have to say is in store. For you, I only take jumpers, as you can see. Oh, this goes so perfectly with the thing you chose, with the healing space you chose, because it's Sacred Pool, and this is about diving deep into life, into life's mysteries. This is also talking about the world being a reflection of your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs. So if you embody love and you embody that which you wish to see in the world, then that's what you're going to manifest. So focusing on self-love and self-esteem is a really good thing for you this year. A kind of detached self-examination, okay? This isn't about picking yourself to pieces. This is about figuring out what it is you want to do, what inspires you, what sets you on fire, why you're here, and following that path, because that's what brings you really great happiness. You know, you're not just here to go through the motions day to day. There's a spark of the divine that's kind of shining through something in your world at the moment that's sort of just going, come here, do this. This is what you want. You know, you've got your own unique service to the world that you need to celebrate at this time. And knowing what that is, you can act with surety and confidence, because success will be yours, because you're facing the truth about yourself. You can see here that above this sacred pool is this little butterfly. And butterflies are all about transformation, but in this case, it's you transforming you, not the outside world transforming you. Okay, let's have some clarification. Some clarification for the sacred pool, for the Garden of Pools. There we go. Oh. Spirit. And Spirit says, connect to your highest good. Remember that you are an eternal being in a physical body. call on your otherworldly support. Everything you truly need is at your disposal. Absolutely. So this is about sort of diving deep to find those tools within yourself that connect with what it is that you want to do this year. Wow. Okay. What else? Tell me the story. What's going on with my garden people? Tell me the story. Anything else to say? Anything? That's it. Okay. Let's do it this way. So let's see what the story is. Well, the start of the year starting well. You've got a celebration going on here with the Four of Wands. This is about getting together with your kin, having a good time. But this is like, you know, wedding, anniversary, you know, being truly recognized for what it is you do. It's that kind of celebration. Definitely success. You're feeling successful and in a good place right from the get-go this year, which is why you may be diving into this sacred pool, because your spirit is calling for it, because you're in a good place for it. Now, the Seven of Swords is the next card, and as you can see, this guy is getting away. He's getting away with all the crow's feathers. Now, the crows in this deck actually kind of represent nagging inner thoughts, you know. And in this case, he's got the better of those nagging inner thoughts, and he's making a getaway. He's getting away from all of that. So what this is basically saying is that you're feeling in a really good place. You're not getting caught up in your head, and you don't feel the need to do that anymore, because you've got places to go and things to do. We have the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles is all about good news. The pages are always about news. Good news concerning money and finances, inheritance, could be a win, that sort of thing, but it's upside down. Now, the pages are beginners, okay? So you could be making a start towards handling money. Maybe you start studying the money market and getting a grip on investing and that sort of thing. So you're not quite there yet, but it could be something that you're looking into. But it's always good news concerning money. It just could, with it being upside down, it could be delayed a little bit. And we have the King of Swords also upside down. Now, the King of Swords, he is the fishy king. He's all about the intellect. He's all about the higher calling. And because you can see, you know, he doesn't care about how he looks. It's about the freedom. It's about how he feels being connected, having that wisdom. Now, upside down, again, not quite there yet. Okay, still got some lessons to learn and some research to do, perhaps, or some inner delving to do, which is what the sacred pool is talking about, doing that. I'll just put him up this way. But the aim is to get to this intellectual place where you can be the observer and not get emotionally attached to things. Like, I think in today's world especially, there's so much going on out there. People get so passionate about things, they get so uptight about things they have no control over. So one has to learn to look at it, process the information, do something about it if you can, and if you can't, then it is stored until you can do something with that information. Don't let it upset you, hold you back, pull down your energy, because if you get caught up in bad energy, you're just adding to the the bad vibe. So what's the point in that? Not really helpful. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Now this one did come out upright. It's just the way I picked it up. But the 10 of Pentacles, that study early on here is paying off by the look of it. Either that or you've got a huge, because this could be some sort of payout that you're waiting on, and maybe there's a holdup. Kind of what I'm getting here, because it sort of comes through here later on, and you can see this is really happy families feeling in a really good place where you can the whole family is thriving basically. And then the outcome is the World. So this could be whatever this kind of sacred little journey you're going on this year. It could be wanting to go overseas. It could be some sort of pilgrimage. It could be just something you've wanted to do for a very long time. It could also be a business that you are looking to get out to the world, a project, a book, anything, artwork, exhibition, anything sort of going out there to the world. But with the healing space that you picked, the connection through this learning experience, and it does seem to have something to do with money, a payout or something in your favor. You could be applying for a home loan. It takes a little bit longer than you think, something like that, or for a business loan, or for backing, that sort of thing. And so if it does get held up, don't get frustrated at all. You've got everything you need. Spirit is saying that. So just be a little patient and get out in nature, and you'll just feel good about life. It's like, that's what it's all about. It's not really about whatever this is that is going on. It's more about being in touch with your spirit and enjoying what it is that you're doing, if that makes sense. Okay, let's have a look at an outcome. What is the outcome for my Garden of Pond healing space people? What's an outcome? Okay, flew out. What did I say right at the beginning of it? It's all about grounding and staying grounded for you this year. Now, I talk about grounding all the time. I talk about it in the books as well, when my characters are getting too electrified, as it were, or too stressed. They will go and they will stick their fingers in the dirt. You need to walk on the bare ground. You need to stick your fingers in the dirt, stick your feet in the sand, go stand in the ocean. That will be grounding, and that will just bring your energy back, and you will be revitalized. That's going to, feed your spirit and keep you moving through this process this year. Now, grounding says, stand up forcefully for what you believe. Your strength and intelligence will get you through. Don't rush your decision based on limited information. Yeah, I feel like there's research and stuff to be done. Welcome others' constructive opinions, but don't allow yourself to be pushed. Okay, so this is a process. Know that it's a process. It's not just going to be like this, even if you kind of want it to happen that quickly, whatever it is. It's going to take a little bit longer. Keep yourself grounded while you're waiting. Okay, let's pick a rune. Okay. And the rune is communication upside down. Okay. And that's what I'm picking up to, is there does seem to be a little bit of that here. But like I said, stay grounded, get out in nature. It's okay. Just take a breath. It'll happen. There's definitely success here, but it's a journey this year. Okay, so this is communication, a union, reunion, a journey. God. And reversed as it is, this rune means receiving this rune reversed puts you on notice to be particularly attentive to personal relationships at this time. Ruptures are more likely than reconciliations. Effort will be required on your part. Keep your good humor, whatever happens. How you respond is up to you. The requirements of your process may totally disrupt what you had intended. I feel that. Hopeful outcomes may elude you, and yet what you regard as detours, inconveniences, disruptions, blockages, and even failures and deaths will actually be rerouting opportunities, with union and reunion as the only abiding destinations. So what this is saying is, again, it's very important to be in flow, because when those things happen, when you get disrupted, when there's a blockage put in your path, you have to learn to take a deep breath and go, okay, where's the advantage in this? Because there's always a silver lining. There's always something you're missing, something that's going to make the situation easier, better, and come out more to your favor in the end. So I'm not saying your whole year is going to be like that. There is a fantastic journey. There's celebration here. There's definitely money coming in. There's taking it out to the world. I mean, there's so many great things here. The Sacred Pool is a beautiful card to have at the center of all of this. But I think what you've got to feel amidst the chaos is the peacefulness of that sacred pool, of that garden, which is why I feel like getting out in nature and grounding yourself is going to be so important for, keeping you inspired and keeping your spirits in the right place at this time. So that's all I have for you. I hope that you found this inspiring and you found it helpful, and I hope that you have a fabulous year. Enjoy all your success, and thank you for your support. Bye for now. So you have chosen the Zen bath as your healing space. So to heal and feel complete this year, you need a little bit of solitude, some relaxation, appreciating beauty, like just having the time to do that. Some self-discovery is also what the doctor ordered. So time to put yourself first this year, pamper yourself, nourish yourself, both physically, spiritually, and intellectually. Don't wait for anyone else to come to the party. Be your own BFF and delight in coming through for yourself. Beware of becoming too selfish or withdrawn. You can spoil others too and teach them to spoil themselves. Maybe it's time for you and a friend to discover float tanking or go for a massage together, or, homemade picnic by the beach, whatever tickles your fancy. The title of the music track for this healing space is Soul Search, but this is really about finding your joy this year, not about digging up regret. Okay, so now let's have a look at what the cards have to say. Hello, my Zen bath people. I think that's probably the one I would have chose as well. I love the look of it. But I'm here to do you a reading. And what I'm doing is I've got my enchanted map for the current situation, or the overall vibe of the reading. I've got my Sovereign Oracle to clarify that card. Then I have my Light Seer's Tarot, which I'll just shuffle and let cards fall out. And that will tell me a story about what's going on. Then I have the Wisdom of the Tao for an outcome, and then we'll pull a rune and for some additional advice. Okay, so I only take jumpers when I do readings. Like when I shuffle, I just wait for whatever cards to jump out. So, universe, can I have a card for my Zen Bath people? What's going on with them this year? Just one, thank you. There we go. Oh, beautiful. The Wizard of Awareness. This is a really good card actually to go with that Zen bath scene, because he's kind of like the magician of the tarot. He has everything at his disposal. He has the wisdom. He understands the cycles. He's got his wand. So he's got all the magic. And this card is all about like you knowing what the truth is. All you have to do is be still and observe, which also goes with the whole Zen bathroom, because of all the healing spaces I put forward, this one is the most introspective. This one is the most solitary. And I mean that in a peaceful, enjoyable way. I think escapism, not so much escaping reality, but escaping the world for a little while is going to be excellent for this group of people, so that you can be mindful, so that you can be observant when you are observing the world around you. That's going to give you perceptions, it's going to give you hints, it's going to give you synchronicities and pointers, things you wouldn't have seen if you weren't in this calm place. If you are struggling within yourself, this card urges you to take on the observer position, like to step outside the problem, step outside yourself and become the observer. I've found in times of peril, particularly, times when you would otherwise be really stressed, if you need to think clearly, it's the best way to go. That stoic position of looking at everything very clinically, because it kind of it neutralizes the discomfort, and it neutralizes sort of overexcitement and all of that sort of thing, and it gives you the capacity to see things clearly and unencumbered by sort of anything that you may desire. It's also urging you not to to wear life as a loose garment, and just adopt a sense of nothing that happens to you is personal. Don't take things personally. Just be in flow and move through and do what you've got to do and be who you've got to be. You're part of a greater whole, and everything's going to shift and change. So nothing's going to stay the same. So it's no point in trying to hold on to it. The best thing you can do is just relax and be in flow. And when you think about it, picking this particular healing space and that's submerged in water, that's a perfect stillness, warmth incubator. And that is really all about being observant, going within, thinking deeply. You just need to watch the miracle unfold. Just let it be, and it's going to do it all by itself. Now, I'm going to get some clarification for this one. I have a clarifying card for the Wizard of Awareness. Can I have a clarifying card? One clarifying card for the Wizard of Awareness. I've had a couple that flipped here, but none that have jumped. It's usually pretty easy to get these cards to jump. So it must be being particular. Okay. That was particular. Expression. That's interesting. Your creative soul beckons you to create something tangible. Wait no longer. What you wish to make wishes you to make it. Tell us the truth with beauty. Very nice. Okay, so that's what you're focusing on. This is why you need to go within. There's something creative here. Okay, there's a creative aspiration, I would say, that you're looking to develop at this time. Now, let's get the story. What's the story? What's going on with my Zen bath people? Ooh, bit of work. That one really wants to come. Okay, so what's 2? Okay, so that came out second. That was first. That. Oh, well, actually, no, technically it's this one. This one. Anything else? Okay, right. Alrighty. So funny, all these reads have been different. I had one that had 10 cards, one that had 6 cards, and now I have one that has 8 cards. They just do what they do. Okay, so let's have a look and see what the story is. Okay, yeah, Judgment. There's something you really want to happen, but it's out of your hands. You're offering it all up to the universe there, and you just have to know that the universe is going to have your back on this. It's all right. Just trust. It's coming. It's coming. Be calm. Stay in that observer mode, because if you can't be positive, being in observer mode is at least a neutral energy. It's not feeding the situation. It's not detracting from the situation. Okay. Next we have, this is great. This is the 8 of Pentacles. This is the work card. This is being all revved up and ready to do it. So if there was something you were waiting on in order to do this creative endeavor, or you were waiting for the idea, I'd say it's not too long before you get it. And it like, say you had an aspiration to write a book, you didn't know where to start. All of a sudden you get the idea of where it does start, and you go out and you buy yourself a whole lot of food, which is this side, the food over here. And then you've got all your research and everything over this side, everything you need to do it, and you're just sitting down and you're doing the work. Now, you've got a cycle of the moon up here above her, so that's denoting like a certain amount of time. You're going to have to put in the hard work for a certain amount of time to do this thing, but it's something you're going to really enjoy. Look at her. She's just like, yep, I'm all set. I am not leaving this room because I'm doing this thing. Okay, and next, we have the Devil. He's a bit hot, isn't he? He is here to distract you. He's here to challenge you and go, is this what you really want? Really? You could come with me. We could party. We could have a good time. Let me take you away from that important thing you're doing. I can just lead you down the garden path. You're going to love it. But, if you can, I would say resist the temptation, then I think your passion is strong enough. And if you're in observer mode, you should be able to see someone who's just there to distract you from your expression. Oh my gosh, okay, he's serious. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, he's all about the action of making you fall in love with him. So there could be a romance here, and that could be the distraction. And it's always the way, like, you get onto something you really want to do personally, and the universe will throw you a distraction. Go, really? How much do you want it? Do you want it more than the next person? Or I'm not judging, and maybe you just have to put it aside for a little while and have a romance and be distracted. But the thing with the Knight of Cups is he's in love with the idea of being in love. He's a little bit easily bored, and he will move on if you can't keep up with him or he doesn't get all the attention. He's not the King of Cups yet. The King of Cups is a very different affair to this, and he has the potential to be the King of Cups, but I think the thing is you have to decide if it's really worth being distracted from something you're passionate about, and it could well be, you know. But this is what being in observer mode is all about, and not getting carried away with all the emotions, because you could get carried away with the drama. All the drama of it. Oh, excellent. Well, either he's really helpful, or you've just decided against it. You've got the Chariot, and the Chariot is just moving at speed. I mean, here we go. I love the way they've depicted it on this card. You've got two horses speeding along. Carriage is speeding along behind them. Look, they're not even connected to it. They're pulling it along. He's on top of the thing, right, on the carriage. He's getting pulled along at speed. It's being propelled by his will alone, because he has not got reins leading to those horses. They're spiritual reins. It's like his will is driving this whole thing forward at speed. So I don't think you're going to be distracted for long, or the distraction proves to be not so much of a distraction. Like you can juggle it, you can handle it, you know. Because expression could also be, of course, expressing, because tell us the truth, it could be expressing your emotions, you know, and maybe that helps you get on with things. Oh, okay, well, he's either gone away or has got called away, or you're just going into retreat, because you've got the Hermit next, and the Hermit has been going within to be enlightened. You know, they've come down the long track with this lantern down here, but they've been sitting and contemplating, and they don't even need the lantern anymore. They're their own light. So there's a lot of revelation coming, and whether this Devil and Knight of Cups helps you come to an understanding of your own emotional needs or triggers, or it's just a helpful sideline, because, you know, creativity and passion are both drawn from the spleen chakra. Like, it's an energy, and so when you're getting, you know, when you're being really creative, you're also really attractive, which is why when we're doing something we're really passionate about, we tend to attract admirers. So there could be a bit of that going on for you this year, even though you don't really want it, because you just want to be in the Zen bath by yourself. But that's always the way, isn't it? It's just like, oh, I don't need that anymore, and then it shows up and it's like, oh damn, I quite enjoy it, but oh, you know, I wanted that time alone. Now, after this enlightenment, you've got this card. Now, this is just a warning to not get caught up in your own head. Those crows are negative self-talk. She has a blindfold on, and it's kind of willingly, because both her hands are free. She can just whip that blindfold off, see where the birds are, and just stop them attacking, you know. And it's really just all in her mind, and she can stop it at any point. And that's what the Wizard of Awareness, right in the center of your reading, is talking about, because it's talking about realizing when you're having one of these moments and just going, okay, I've caught that, I can see what you're doing there. Cancel, clear, delete. I am not thinking that. And turn the thought around to something constructive, something positive. If you can't do it, go and do something constructive or positive. Clean the house, which, if you're angry, clean the house is brilliant, because it gets out all that energy. If you're just, you know, not feeling sad or a bit depressed or a bit self-conscious, go do something creative. Oh my God, you'll just forget about that. And the thing is, the truth is, you've got way better things to do than be caught up in this, okay? So let's not have any of that this year. And I mean, this is the thing, is this self-contemplation is about finding your joy. It's not about picking yourself to pieces. That's not what this is about. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that no longer serves you, that you're not learning from anymore, onto brighter prospects. She's very willingly walking away. But it does involve sort of, giving up a comfy situation to go in a more exciting direction. And I think that this contemplation, like say you're in a job, but you want to start your own sideline business, maybe at the beginning of the year, you're going, oh my God, please get me out of here. I can't do this anymore. And so you start working on your own thing, and maybe work even find out and are going, oh no, but come back to us, be with us, we'll pay you more money or whatever, we'll wine and dine you and blah blah. And you're going, no, I'm out of here. And then you sort of dwell on it for a while and what you're going to do, and have I done the right thing, and yes, I think I know what I'm doing. But we have to avoid going, oh my God, what am I doing? Why have I done this to myself? It's like, no, I feel better about this. I'm walking away. I'm really calm now. I'm not speeding away. I'm not going to trip over, break my neck. Nope, I'm ready to go. And I have better things to do, better places to be, is what it seems to be saying. Let's have a look at an outcome. That should be helpful. Right, for 8 cards, I think that was quite a lot. Okay. Can I have an outcome for my Zen bath healing space people? What is the outcome here? Yay! Okay. Oh, okay. I think he's serious, this this Knight of Cups. Or you could be going into partnership with him, them. No particular gender. Lovers and partnership is the outcome. So this could be walking away to go into a partnership. I mean, maybe you walk away by yourself and you're a bit worried about that, but then, you figure out you can do this partnership. Anyway, this says, open your heart to love and live in the moment with passion and exuberance. Indulge in the harmony of a great partnership. Be happy. Well, that sounds like an excellent outcome. Very happy for you. And, oh, okay. Let's have a look. The rune is partnership. Oh my God, there's a confirmation right there. There's a partnership for you this year. And it's so funny that this was the solitary, I'm in my bath. There's a partnership. Okay. And I mean, what a confirmation that is. I love it when the cards back, like all the different mediums back each other up. Okay. This has no reversal. This rune is Gibo, partnership, a gift. Drawing this rune is an indication that union, uniting, or a partnership in some form is at hand, but you are put on notice not to collapse yourself into that union, for true partnership can only be achieved by separate and whole beings who retain their separateness, even in unity and uniting. Remember to let the winds of heaven dance between you. This counsel applies at all levels, in love relationships, business affairs, in partnering of every kind. It is particularly appropriate when entering into partnership with what some call your higher self, while others speak of the interplay between the conscious and the unconsciousness in each of us. But most of all, it is the case when seeking union with the divine. God always enters into equal partnerships. Gibo, the rune of partnership, has no reverse, for it signifies the gift of freedom from which all other gifts flow. And that's what that is. Freedom. It's the perfect card depicting that. But that's what this reading reminds me of. So wow, there is so much more here than I thought. So there's like a breaking away from whatever you've been doing in the past. There's a partnership coming up. There's definitely something creative mixed in all this. Is something that you're wanting to express, that you're wanting to do. There's romance, there's temptation, there's just speedy progress, there's contemplation, but keep the contemplation positive. And definitely where this partnership or this love affair or whatever is leading you to freedom, to break away, to walk away from whatever doesn't serve you. And the key to all of that is just being in observer mode and letting the chaos unfold. Trust the universe has you back, and it's all just going to play out. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Enjoy your Zen bath, and thank you so much for all of your support. Bye for now. So, the healing space you resonated with was the Pyramid of Light. And so, to heal and excel this year, you're craving some adventure, exploration, mystery, fun. You want to be where the wild things are, or otherwise, why would you be out here in the middle of the forest, in the dark, chasing mysterious things? Innovation and cutting edge thought, invention are going to excite you this year. Exploring the unknown and finding answers to questions that intrigue you. Advancement lays in stepping out of your comfort zone and going where you previously never ventured. Beware this year of throwing out the baby with the bathwater in your striving for newness. One step at a time will serve you well. The mundane will be energy zapping for you, so strive to be zen and make every experience a mystical experience. Suck the marrow out of life at this time. The title of the music track is Healing Forest, so getting out into nature could help settle any restlessness this year and help you blow off some steam and get in touch with your higher self. So, now let's see what the cards have to say. Hello, all my Pyramid of Light healing space people. I hope that this reading finds you well. Now, what I'm doing here is a my project reading. Take that how it resonates. Like if your project is to fall in love, if your project is to create a new business, if that project is to career advancement, have children, whatever, apply it how it resonates. But what I'm doing is I have the Enchanted Map Oracle cards for the current situation. I have the Sovereign Oracle here to clarify. I have my Lightseer's Tarot to shuffle and just let a few cards fall out to tell me a story of what's going on. I have the Wisdom of the Tao for an outcome, and then we're going to pull a rune for some additional advice. So let's start with the heart of things and see what's going on with my Pyramid of the Light people. One card, please. What's going on with this group of souls this year? And why were you all attracted to being out in the forest in the middle of the night looking at some sort of alien technology? I think that your agenda for the year is a little bit extraordinary. Okay. Intention. So this card is saying your attitude is everything. Now, a card that nearly sprang out in this reading was rock bottom. And I think, I mean, I had a look at that card and thought, okay, so that's about, you know, reaching the bottom and just thinking, okay, I've had enough. And the way to get out of that kind of situation is your intention. Your intention is everything. So this card is kind of like an answer to that one. Now, I didn't want to pull that out because I always think to the universe, I go, okay, like give me some constructive advice about that, please. And it spat up this one. So it's talking about like deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Okay, your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic. They're like arrows you shoot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift and showing you that you're hitting the mark. Recognize that you're the one who has to do the work. Okay, it's nobody's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. But I think once you're excited about something, once you're inspired about something, it's not work anymore, really, is it? So if you can send your intention out into the universe and allow, like, keep your eye out for those synchronicities, then you're going to start being led towards what you need to make your desires a reality. That's what this card is all about. Now, I'm going to get a clarifying card for this, which is kind of like advice. I just want to extend on that. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, I just went, you know, it's about keeping a grip on your mind space. Oh gosh, that's a lot. Really? Okay. Okay then. Oh, okay. Well, it could all be important. Catharsis. And catharsis says, feel your feelings before you try to move forward. The solution may be emotional rather than logical. A messy situation may be an important healing in disguise. Now, catharsis is usually what we have when we reached rock bottom, because that's what helps us climb out of that hole. Because we get to that point where we go, it's a line in the sand. It's either I'm clocking out now, or I'm climbing out of this hole and I'm not taking this anymore. That's what a catharsis is, and it feels amazing because it's energizing. Then the next one that came out was revisit. And revisit says, take an old idea out of your notebook and give it life. See if you have the skill to execute an idea once beyond your ability. Continue an unfinished project. Okay, the plot thickens. So there's something you want to do, and I'm getting a feeling like you've been fighting it, going, I'm not good enough, or I don't think I can do it, without actually giving it a good go. And I think that we surprise ourselves when we do that. And it energizes us. Energy is the last card that came out with this. And it says, tend to your energy field, explore unspoken communication, give your precious chi with care. So there could be, I'm seeing from this catharsis and this energy card, that this rock bottom, you know, may have been brought around from maybe others saying you can't do it, or they don't think you can do it, or talking you down, or something like that. But really, it's up to you to reject that. Okay, they're only getting you down if you let them, because you have to find the confidence within yourself to let yourself shine. And this reading is a permission for you to do that. Let's have a look, because you're looking for the mystery. You're looking for something deeper. You're looking for something more out there, okay? Everything beyond the mundane. And these people, anybody who's trying to prevent you from pursuing something you're passionate about, are not good for you. They're just adding to the mundaneness. They must be very mundane themselves to think that anybody isn't capable of doing anything, especially something they're passionate about. So, oops, let's tell me what's going on for my Pyramid of Light people. Because, you know, I get the vibe that this group of people are really looking to break free, like really want to step out of their comfort zone. Because otherwise you wouldn't have been attracted to this space. It's got to be more than 2 cards in it, surely. Okay, excellent. Is that all? Okay. One more. Round. God. That it? Okay. Okay, let's have a look at what the story says. Okay, yeah, you've got a pie in the sky idea, all right. See the little piggy? Pigs might fly. Okay, this one is he's the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is good news about love, or good news about your emotions or your feelings. This guy is wearing his heart on his sleeve. You see there's a little hand coming out of his arm, like a little spiritual hand, like he's got an offering here. And it's kind of like, see, his feet are way up in the air, even though he's down to earth. His feet are way up in the air. And it's, yeah, that pie in the sky idea that you think is kind of really crazy, that is not crazy. It is wearing your heart out on your sleeve, like you might be a bit afraid of it, but it's not insane. You're allowed to do it. You're allowed to be insane anyway. What's wrong with being insane? Because you're in a really good financial position at this time, or very shortly. The Ten of Pentacles is the Happy Families card. It's feeling abundant. It can be about inheritances or big wins, or just really great financial stability within the family that makes everyone feel really at home, really, and at ease. So it could just be that you finally, you know, with this one that's talking about, you know, see if you have a skill to execute an idea once beyond your ability. Well, your ability might have been you didn't have the time and energy, but now you do. Could be something like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, because this is death and rebirth. So it's about seeing that different vista for yourself. But it's a leaving behind what doesn't serve you and moving on to something better. Gosh, this is not better. This is about feeling left out in the cold or being locked out, you know. It's not a, it's self-pity. But you can see here there's a key to the door. You know, if she just looked up and didn't wallow, she would see there's a key to the door to let herself in. And maybe that's the whole idea in the first point, in the first place. It's not about somebody letting you in, it's about you letting yourself in. This card is also about not pointing out your faults to others because they won't notice them. This is about like getting up and finding a better place to sit and not wallowing at all. What else do we have happening here? We have the hard work card. This has come up in every reading bar one, I think, of these, and that is the 8 of Pentacles. Now in this one it came out upside down, so the meaning is slightly different, but you can see here we've got this girl, and she's got a cup of tea in her hand, and she's got all this food to one side of her, and she's got all her business things to the other side of her, and she's sitting down and she's getting ready to work. And there's a bit of work in front of her. You've got like this like a whole phase of the moon there, from one dark moon to another, one no moon to another. And so it denotes a period of time to get the work done. But because it's upside down, I'm feeling like there's something here that's stopping you or holding you up. Now, hopefully it's not your own mindset, but it could be that the holdups are kind of getting to you, hence the mindset. But a bit of patience is going to turn this around. Your intention is everything. Know that it can happen. I don't really read reversals, so I think it's getting the hard work done. And I think this is like not a warning, but just saying, get yourself all prepared so you can just do it, so you're not having to run and chase that up or run and get this. Get everything you need together, and it's going to go much more smoothly. It's like, you know, when you've got to sit down and do your tax, make sure you've got all your receipts. Not saying that's what it is, but it's just an example. But then after this, and I have a feeling like, you know, where usually this work would be a pleasure, this one's a bit of a chore because it was upside down. But then there's a celebration. So, you know, this is getting out and enjoying yourself, obviously. And I mean, because we're chasing the mystery here, you know, this could even be, you know, like you're researching for a book, you can't find what you're looking for. So you sit down and do the work anyway, and it's okay. It comes together anyway, whether or not you had what you thought you needed. But there's a celebration going on. So this could even be, this is usually, it's a win. It's a success for sure. So you're feeling in a good place. But it's also beyond that. It's almost like getting together with kindred, partying with your girls because there's a celebration going on. Could be a wedding, could be an anniversary, or, you know, just some big shit, going to a festival like these girls are and having a good dance and remembering what life is all about. And that's all part of the, you know, seeking the mystery, seeking the fun, seeking the adventure, which is really what this particular healing is all about. Oh my goodness, up in the head again. But this, because it's upright, is about coming through it. Like you can see, it's just in the mirror. It's just an illusion, okay? So again, this is a warning to stay out of your head. Don't be afraid. Don't be fearful, because you can't go and discover mysteries and take those strange paths if you're going to be fearful. You've got to be fearless, you know? Be fearless. And then you can get to the King of Swords, because this is that wonderful observer who's not really afraid of anything. He's an intellectual, so he just goes on what he knows, doesn't go on hearsay. No, it's very instinctual with him too, but very, very logical. And he's at one. He's at one with everything that's going on around him, which is a world apart from this, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing, or I feel locked out, or whatever. Because I think pushing through that and doing the hard yards anyway is bringing a celebration. So, but then, you know, you've got, I think here, this Eight of Swords is the lesson coming round again, and you getting up in your, or not getting up in your head, as it were. Like realizing that it is just an illusion, like you've learned that lesson here. I actually, where's my cards? I want to clarify this one here and that one there. Let's have a look at why these are sitting in here, because otherwise It's really all good because there's wealth, there's great ideas, there's a death and a rebirth going on, you know, like new vistas. There's a lot of hard work getting done. There's celebrating. There's acquiring knowledge. Goodness, that's all a bit much. That one fell on that card, so we'll leave that. Okay, so let's have a look at what this is about up here. Is feeling locked out. Ooh, taboo. And really, that's what it's all about for this particular group. Take on the role of the sacred rebel. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Release the need to make others comfortable. Explore the fringes with pride, especially if it makes you nervous. That's what's, yeah, this is a facing your fear and doing it anyway, you know, because fear is a frequency. Okay, and when you push through it and you do it anyway, you break through. And that's why when you face a fear and come out the other side, one, you always realize it was not as bad as you thought it was going to be. And two, you feel amazing because you confronted it. And it's because you've broken through a frequency barrier, gone up an octave, and now you're attracting energy from an octave higher than you were before. And this down here, the Eight of Swords. Ooh, actually this one fell on the Eight of Pentacles and it kind of goes with it, so I'm going to leave it there. I'll pull another one for this, but it's story. Weave a fable, share your heroic journey, tell yourself a conscious loving tale. Well, that really goes for both. So like here, that actually does go very perfectly with the Eight of Swords. This is about the stories that you tell yourself, you know. Are you that confident person who's on top here going, I know my own mind? Or are you this chick who's just getting caught up in it? It's all an illusion, you know. Those bindings are not tight. You can just pull yourself out of it and take the blindfold off and go, this is rubbish. I'm not listening to this bad self-talk anymore. So that's what it is about. So when you get like that, it's about, yeah, tell yourself a better story. And if you're feeling locked out, I mean, it might just be because nobody else, you know, if you feel alone, it could be just nobody else is daring enough to go where you want to go. Maybe you've got to go on your own. I've always got to go on my own. You know, that's what story writing is about. It's a journey that you take by yourself. So, you know, being in solitude and facing the mysterious is I find not a problem at all. Actually, I find it very enjoyable. So there's ways of looking at things, you know. It's like some people go, oh, I'm so lonely. And you know, there's a huge difference between loneliness and solitude, and they're all a choice. And solitude is fabulous. God, if you know what to do with your own alone time, then, you know, if you're doing something constructive and creative, it's like one does not notice. One is excited by one's own company. Okay, so let's have a look at an outcome. This one's run on for quite a bit, actually. I didn't mean for this to go as long, but it seems to me that there's just a few pitfalls that are easily avoided here because there's a lot of really good things going on. Ooh, that jumped right. Oh, I see. That jumped right out. And the card is leader. And that's the thing. Leaders lead because they're unafraid to go where the others fear to tread. And it says, you are being called upon for leadership. The Jade Emperor is helping you overcome barriers. Fuse your ambition with virtue. Employ your power with honor and wisdom. Move forward with unstoppable momentum. Success is inevitable. So there you go. So by directing your intention, it's going to bring about this leadership role, because you're not afraid. You're not afraid to go there. But at the moment, the way we're starting out is you think you are, but you're not. Like, really, you're so not. There's something in your past you need to revisit, and it's going to give you the impetus, the epiphany that you need to just move into all of this. This pie in the sky idea is coming through at the right time now, because you're in a good place to do it. So you're choosing to have this death and rebirth. And yeah, the things you're looking at might be a bit taboo, and you might feel a bit like on your own doing it, but really there's some things you can only do on your own. And if you think about it as having the time to be in solitude and actually accomplish something spiritually speaking, which could be professional and make you a lot of money, there's certainly a lot of money here, but it's really more about fulfilling something that you want to do, whether it makes you money or not. That's what my writing is about. That's what my animating is about. You know, everything I'm really truly passionate about, I don't need to be paid for. And somehow or other, the money just comes. So, you know, I am blessed. And you can be blessed too. Absolutely. So being that you are chasing the mystery and you want to be where the wild things are, I mean, this looks like, you know, like the Burning Man festival or something. But yeah, it's all here, and you can absolutely do it. Okay, direct your intention and don't be afraid, because it's all waiting to happen. That catharsis is a real thing, and it's going to put you into a leadership role, or people are going to admire what it is you're doing and want to do it too. All right, let's pull a rune to finish this. Ooh. This is possessions. Let's have a look. And it's upright. Possessions, nourishment, cattle. Fihu. Fihu is a rune of fulfillment, ambition satisfied, rewards received, love fulfilled. It also promises nourishment from the most worldly to the sacred and divine. For if the ancient principle, as above, so below, is true, then we are here to nourish God. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and a growth of will. Ooh, that's very accurate. Another concern of this rune is with conserving what has already been gained. It urges vigilance and continual mindfulness, especially in times of good fortune, for it is then that we are likely to collapse ourselves into success on one hand, or to behave recklessly on another. Enjoy your good fortune and remember to share it. The mark of a well-nourished self is the ability to nourish others. So, like I said, you are in a good place, but there's something else. And you might be a little bit afraid that it's being reckless, or it's, being not thrifty. But if it's something passionate about, and this is the life you have left, then it might well be worth taking a look at it. I'm not saying throw caution to the wind, but I am saying you are looking for something more, something mysterious, something, and I mean, life is mysterious. Your own life is a mystery. It's a story in the making. So make it an exciting story. I think that's what you're chasing this year, and I think it's absolutely possible. Don't be afraid of the taboos. Revisit something. That word keeps just jumping out at me. There's something in your past that you either wanted to do, or an idea you've already had, or blah, blah, blah. And it will take you here. And even if it's something you started writing, it may not be that you write, or it could be, you know, a project you started. It could be a connection you made. There's so many ways to go here, but there's a transformation going on, and it is about taboo and mystery and excitement and wanting all of that. But you are intellectual enough to pull it off and become a leader among people, rather, and you know, with the possessions, it was asking you, okay, do you really, is this stability as important as your desire or your passion or your reason for being, you know, or what you perceive that to be, you know, your next mission in life? So be balanced, but it's definitely all potential there, and you have the will to pull it off. This is success. Leader says it all right there at the top. So have a fabulous year pulling that off, and yeah, tell yourself a wonderful story. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now. If you would like a private reading with me, there's various readings to be found at my store at allthingstraci.com.au. If you would like something on a more regular basis, you can join my Patreon and get either a general week-by-week reading or a private reading. You can also now buy the week-by-week reading through the store if you don't want to become a member, and that's about under $5 for about a 25-minute video covering week to week. Thank you so much for listening, and bye for now.